Hi everyone, it's Jake from Limestone Scales and Victor Customs, and in this video I'll be explaining my technique for DIY fake rock backgrounds for reptile enclosures. Now first of all, I'm no expert at enclosure building, but I do have a work history in caves and geology, so this video will be more about understanding rock formations to help you plan out your next project. Now, when I look around the web at fake rock backgrounds, I see a lot of designs with excellent texture and colour, but for the most part, the patterns seem to be almost like stepping stones in a garden, like the foam or whatever was used was just placed randomly. Now, while we do occasionally find some random looking rock formations in the world, usually there is an obvious pattern to geology. As an example, a limestone or sandstone has formed from layers of debris from the ocean over a very long period of time, and these layers can vary in colour and also density. What that means is that when this stone weathers from water or wind, some layers will erode faster than others, causing the layers to become more obvious. The layers of stone are referred to as strata. Now, without getting too much into the science of it, this strata isn't always horizontal due to a range of factors including the movement of fault lines. Now, when planning an enclosure, I like to use parallel lines in my design, but they don't have to be horizontal. For the project featured in this video, I've chosen a dramatic angle which was inspired by escarpments I've seen in the Northern Territory. Understanding the way rocks form and erode is an excellent start to making a stunning enclosure. However, you will need the time and patience to make your ideas come to life. Starting with a wooden panel, I glued on some pieces of styrofoam, following a pattern I thought would be effective. It's important for dramatic effect to make sure that the foam panels aren't all the exact same width or height. If you only have one thickness of foam, you can build up the height by using 2 or 3 or more pieces on top of each other. Once I've got these panels in place, I scrape off the obvious square edges. Now this is just to make the rocks look weathered, although the parallel lines are still visible. Once I'm happy with the shapes of the foam panels, I mix up some cement with a small amount of sand for texture and some oxide colour. Oxides come in quite a few different colours, but for this outback scene I've chosen red. Seal up the foam thoroughly with the cement, keeping in mind that you can manipulate the colour with a light second coat of cement, or with stains or paint afterwards. I start with the darkest colour that I'm happy with, then give some lighter spots on the tops and edges of the rocks to give it a weathered and dramatic look. For extra fussy people, you can paint some lichen or use timber stains to change colours even more. For this project I used a black spirit-based timber stain to create permanent shadows in the grooves of the rocks, which makes the texture stand out more. Be careful when moving your panel after concreting, as naturally it will be a lot heavier. For larger panels, I recommend a weatherproof timber or creating smaller panels and joining them together afterwards. Once I'm happy with the look of this panel, I'll be coating it with pond sealer for ease of cleaning and dusting it with a bit of sand for texture and to reduce any shine from the sealer. This enclosure is for a black-headed monitor, so my primary concern is how it will hold up with little claws climbing all over it. Just keep in mind the species that you're building for and consider any damage they're likely to do. As an example, an olive python will put a lot more strain on it than a bearded dragon, so you may want to reinforce any foam shelves. For my black-headed monitor, weight is not so much of an issue, but the claws are. Now if you like my video, then give us a follow. You can find me on Facebook at Limestone Scales or Victor Customs. And thanks for watching my video, and good luck with your next enclosure.